stopping by the Hidden Island, my guy. All right, awesome. So hold on. Before we start the show off, did you guys watch the Hidden Islands video regarding the devil fruit theory?
Yes, Sebastian told us.
All right.
Oh, that's what it was called? Yeah. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The guy who dropped the theory is in the chat.
Tarek, what's up, Tarek? How's it going?
What's going on?
Modaikas? I don't know how to say that. How's it going? So, what did you guys think about that video? Just to start the show off. And for anybody that's not, this show.
It's on. Sorry.
Nah,
I don't see it. I'm busy. My phone be tripping.
This is why.
I turned it on. I turned it on.
All right. Anyway,
hate to see it.
Yeah, hate to see it. Right?
I've been having problems with my phone.
Problems?
Amateur hour over here, man.
So for anybody that's listening and watching, there's a fantastic theory on devil fruits by The Hidden Island. That's his name on YouTube. So search up The Hidden Island and then search up his devil fruit theory. It is phenomenal. It's basically spoiler at this point. Like, if you really think about it. So for me, it felt like spoiler, but it made everything else make so much more sense, especially with the Enel hieroglyphics. So I'm pretty sure Sebastian came to you with that because we were going back and forth on it, and we basically figured out what the hieroglyphics meant. So for you guys, we'll start with Lionel. What did you think about the Hidden Islands Devil Fruit Theory video and the explanation by Sebastian about the hieroglyphics that Enel saw?
I thought actually all of it made sense. It played into what they already showed us in One Piece so far about because there's a big thing with the sun and the moon, and now him expanding it more onto what they showed us in One Piece, and now it's like giving that insight to what possibly the origin of the devil fruits are. Because some things I actually forgot. I forgot about the Eve tree. Like, I forgot completely that even existed. So certain things that he brought back, like, oh yeah, I remember that was in that chapter. Now he's explaining it. It's like, yeah, this all makes sense. Like you said, it's like it might be spoiler at this point because how much it feeds into what we know already in One Piece.
Yeah. And then what did you think about Enel's hieroglyphics when Sebastian explained it to you?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the hieroglyphic, it does make sense, but it's hard to tell because we still fully don't know everything about the the ancient weapons. Like, we just know about Poseidon being Shirahoshi, right? Pluton, we don't even know what that even looks like.
Oh, they said it was a warship.
Yeah, it's a
warship. They said it was a.
That's why there was blueprints.
I remember blueprints, but I was thinking of the actual what it looks like, and I forgot what's the last one.
Uranus.
Like,
we don't have much information on that one.
Like, so I mean, the cloud, like, that makes sense because you saw the eye and you saw the sea creatures on the right side. So all of it fade into like these three ancient weapons. Like, to me that could be true, but like I feel like we got more information that I could feed into the devil fruits origin than the hieroglyphics of being the ancient weapons. Granted, like, I'm not saying that's what you're saying is not wrong, but like I feel like we have too much little information to say that the hieroglyphics are in relation to the ancient weapons. But I'm all for it. Because, again, it makes sense, like, because why are those hieroglyphics there? Like, why did Oda put those there if it didn't really mean anything?
Yeah. So before we move to Lawrence, basically what we were discussing is the Hidden Islands, the Devil Fruit Theory video, which made sense to me and Sebastian so much that we believe it. And, like, after we saw the video, we went to Enel's front cover story, where he witnessed on chapter 400 and chapter 402, there was hieroglyphics that he was looking at. And then the hieroglyphics, you can see there's a Lunarian, a Skypian, and a Shandorian, and they're working on these robots. And these robots look the same as each other. So those were kind of like the first pacifistas. And in that front, the first page, it looks like they're going to war. And then in the after image, that Enel possibly moves to the right, he sees another pair of hieroglyphics with those same angels holding like a balloon that has like the sun, and they're standing on the ship Poseidon. And on the right of that ship is a sea king and a crab, which signifies an ancient weapon known as Poseidon. And then the pacifistas that they created were being sent back probably to the moon, but there's like an eye in the sky, which could be Uranus. But they have tears in their eyes. So if you go back to those chapters, you can see that. So, Lawrence, what did you think about the video? And then what did you think about the Enel's hieroglyphics that Sebastian told you about?
I thought the video was well put together, and he made it make sense. Because also, like, the way he explained it, and why he put it together, too, because from just looking at the show, you never would have put it together the way he has if you weren't paying attention or put all that information together. Like explaining that, like I like what he brought out. For example, the using the One Piece, but the whole voices thing and the presence of it, but saying how each thing has its own voice. Like you could hear the voice of things and putting it, and how you're just taking that essence from it and putting it into fruits, and that's where the fruits are gaining these powers from these elements, these able to do those things. So that made it make sense in the One Piece world because it fits along with how things work kind of in One Piece. So I like that, and if it is true, that'll be dope because it makes sense for what's going on. You know, like how like he used even in the video he used swords. How swords even have their own presence or their own personality. They have their own individuality with their own not really will, but and other objects have stronger ones as well, right? Like the stronger dispositions. So the way you put it into like how you could take that from that object and put it into a fruit, and the fruit can harness its power.
Yeah.
So like pretty much that was like and I thought it's interesting because we've seen something like that already. For the Enel thing, you guys were saying that it was like you guys believed it was the war, right? Explaining the war.
It might have been explaining the war, yeah. And then the angels at this point were the ones who made the first edition of pacifistas.
Right. So I thought that was interesting because I don't disagree with what you guys are saying about that. The only thing is because they only showed obviously one side of it. We only seen what they were going through, like the Lunarians and the Moon people. We didn't see them battling, you know. So, but we could see it could either be the aftermath of the war or the process of going them what their trials of them going through it, you know, because they had tears in their eyes. Does that mean they're losing the war, or they're not accomplishing what they want to accomplish? What do those tears mean, you know? And why are they creating like little people or little machines, you know? Like what's going on here? Mm-hmm. So pretty much, and they have a lot in that in those hieroglyphics, in those images that could mean so much. Mm-hmm. So it's like, to me, there is a lot explaining it that we have to uncover still, but it could be like you said, during the war, because also, again, where I could believe why you guys say it's the war is because if the Lunarians stood on top of it, right, the top of the Mary Jolis where they stood at,
the red line, yeah,
exactly, and that's where like they said where the gods lived. Celestial dragons call themselves gods, and now they're on top of there. So obviously, either way, someone got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty much, they took that over. So if that's where they were, something had to take place here, and most likely it could have been the Great War or just even another battle, even if it's not the Great War that they talk about 800 years ago. So it could be explained of them being kicked. It could be them getting kicked out of there and then showing what's going on. Also, did they link before? Remember the little creatures from Dressrosa, the small ones?
The Tentatas?
Yeah, Tentatas. Did they link the same to the other small creatures from the moon? Because they're like the same size, right?
No. Those little pacifistas are much bigger.
Yeah, they're much bigger.
I'd have to do some research, but I don't think they've ever been linked. And they are bigger, to Larry's point.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking about that one theory that we watched about the whole.
They were as big as like Enel's kneecap, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like up to
Yeah,
like,
and Enel's mad
Leo
tall.
is like here, bro.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. So I was thinking about the whole Norland thing. Remember that one video you showed us about where One Piece might be, and the moon meaning the D? Didn't he? He didn't say they were the same.
Oh,
but
like it being underneath the.
Yeah, he said that the Tatas knew who Norland was or something.
Oh, Nolan. Okay.
Yeah, and so I was thinking, because the Nolan's linked to the moon people, the Shandorians.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, was there something there? But anyway, yeah.
Well, basically, yeah. I just wanted to ask you both because it was just so interesting. After me and Sebastian saw the video, we're probably gonna put a link of that video in our video so you guys can see it. But it was just like it blew our mind too.
Yeah.
And then we started
theory.
hypothesizing like after with it was like we were like, yo, we finally figured it out.
Mm-hmm. And it's a great theory, like pretty much.
Yeah. So for everybody that's in the chat too, I hear you guys talking. We're actually going to at the end of the episode take at least like 15 to 20 minutes for you guys to call in and ask us questions. I wanted to leave that as a surprise. Oh. But since everybody's here, I figured why not just say that now.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all the kids that R. Kelly had in his basement.
Why you always gotta make it dark? Why you always gotta make it dark?
Wow. All right, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Hidden Island. That was absolutely amazing. Appreciate the video. Appreciate the content, bro. Like, I went back and watched a couple more videos. Like, you do it big, bro. I would love to have you on the show if we could one day. Seriously.
Yeah, hopefully. He probably won't show his face though. He could probably
He
invite
could,
his
like-
avatar. He could put his avatar in a chair and just like,
Fully suited. and everything.
Also, I love the smooth jazz touch. I do.
Yeah.
It's like it's really dope.
yeah, it's dope. All right. Anyway, to get to this